Oh my God, we're back after our 2-week hiatus. Well, 1 week off, and I tell you, it was a good time. Give us all a chance to get all of our stuff together and figure ourselves out. Now we're back. So, when last we left off, the group had gotten together via. I swear to God, I'm going to work on my ums. Got together via one Shimmerfist. I made the name. I could have made it easier. Fisher went and shopped out a bunch of great stuff. Got a few people together so that he could be safe on his way back across the Empire. Got back to Grimgalir, started the offloading process. His attachés coming to help offload things, and as business was going to be usual, a trap was sprung, and shit went sideways. And while shit went sideways in a spectacular way, fortunately for shit stirrers, the party was there. Andor slamming through a door with the greatest of difficulty, but still managing to do it. The others splitting the problem so that certain people could not help other people, isolating and conquering, as one does from time to time. One of them begun to get away. Now, for the audience at home, you may very shortly notice that our wonderful player Haunted, running Blackbird, is currently not here at the table, but she is recovering from a problem, and we wish her the speediest and quickest of recoveries, so she can be back at the table hopefully next week.
Get well soon.
We love you, Haunted.
We love you, Haunted. But while the rest of the party, watches Eredrin swinging the skull of the Gith, the Gith that he decapitated over and over into one of these metal birds. We are going to cut real quick to the outside, where on Alec Greenwall, Blackbird are in the midst of not letting a motherfucker just get away.
That person messed with my hat.
We cut last week at the end of the battle as that person began to slip away, but that, at least for me, does not mean that it's over. And for Alec and Blackbird, that also doesn't mean it's over. It means there's a possibility to still get this person. So we're gonna go ahead and for this little cadre, let's go ahead and rock a quick initiative. You know, that phone call doesn't need to happen, and I thought I had turned off my ringer. Well, now I've done it. Right. So, Ak, go ahead and get your initiative rolled. I will take care of Blackbird. We'll get
a whopping
things.
6 with I have a +4 on initiative, and that is a whopping 6.
Every now and then shit explodes. It's fine.
Sometimes you roll stones, sometimes stones roll you.
You know, you actually rolled better than you rolled better than Blackbird. Blackbird rolled a 5.
Don't forget my amazing initiative last time.
Indeed. So, in that case, it's gonna roll the order with which these turns were received. Where
To
did?
be fair, 6 initiative is not so bad when there's only 3 people in the combat.
Yeah, that is fair. Wait, where did Blackbird's token go? I don't know. Did I delete it?
Over to the left.
I'm just gonna reload the page.
It's on the left next to the Alec token.
Next to Alec.
Yeah, it's next to Alec. It's right next to him.
But I got it back.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Weird
I
wild.
was say I'm seeing it. So
Yeah, weird wild stuff. So, with this chase sequence, you're going to have a certain amount of success and failure possibilities that may have you overtake your target in the midst of running through these people. So as they begin to get away, having initiative on you, that I'm going to use this side area as a symbol of the progression of things.
got it.
So trying to through she is already getting the drop and getting away. It becomes your turn. What do you want to do to try and catch up, try and navigate?
Just so I understand, we're doing a skill challenge now, right?
Essentially, yes.
That's what I thought. Okay, I love these because they're awesome. They're very cinematic, and I enjoy them very much. I'm gonna say I would like to use my acrobatics to get above the crowd that she ran into and see if I can get a bird's eye view.
All right, so go ahead and make an acrobatics check to give yourself a better vantage point.
Gonna be a 21.
21, and to give that challenge against her ability to try and stealth does give her a 14. So as you jump up and kind of step up on the side of a cart and peek over the crowd, you see not her, because she's smaller than most of the people here, even the dwarves. You do see the path being carved through with that, and that's gonna give you certain amount of progression there. Blackbird trying to help with that. They're going to see if they can stealth to basically outpace her, and that's going to be against the opponent's receptacles. All right. That is a 16 versus a 21. So Blackbird making progress, but not catching up quite as fast as you are right now. She is going to continue trying to get away. The continued attempt to stealth, but with the most unfortunate part of that being stealthing is a dexterity check, and the hex is still on. Cool. All right. Actually, with a natural 1, she's not going to be able to get a progression for her own turn. So you catch eye, and she's trying to weave through the crowd, but it's becoming pretty obvious as she's limping away that she's bumping into people, being a lot less careful than perhaps she's trying to be.
Okay. So would I be able to use my intimidation to basically shout at the crowd of people and just like try to scare them into stopping her, essentially?
You can go ahead and make an intimidation check. We'll see what may be able to happen.
Sure. Let's take a look at that. Not as good as I wanted it. No, that's a 9.
Fine. Oh. As you call out, stop her. There is a few people like look around like, stop who? Stop what? Not quite getting quite getting grip of who you're talking about. You are continuing, I'm guessing, to try and chase after.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as you keep running forward, Blackbird changing tactics a bit to try and put a full extra dash and move through people. Also going to try that acrobatics. Way better. Trying to close in. Going to combat their acrobatics on this. Only a 12. So that'll get Blackbird 2 spaces forward. Assassin. Trying to find a way to blend themselves in. Starts to cast a spell and blend into the crowd a little bit better. With that, we're gonna give all right. That's a pretty solid deception roll. Trying to blend into the crowd. You watch as you're keeping pretty good track on her right now. She the form around her starts to shimmer and she starts to duck into the crowd. You start to lose sight of her. What do you do?
Okay. I'm gonna say I would like to use my I guess what I'm thinking here is I'm gonna use my deception and I'm gonna try to shout again to the crowd and let them know, like, hey, and basically what I'm gonna say with this deception, make an outlandish lie of, that's my child, that cloak is enchanted and it's stealing her away from me, please stop her.
All right. Go ahead and call out that deception.
That's a 23.
Oh God.
So as the crowd is not entirely sure what's going on, but you call that out, and a few people are like, what? Huh? People try and cut her off. Going to let her try and oppose that, though only a natural 20 would probably get her there. Not a natural 20 for sure. Only a total of 13. Trying to get around people and start tripping her up. That putting you with a 23. That'll put you right up close to overtaking her. Blackbird trying once again to just full bore parkour over, around, through people. Hella. And I hope you're liking the numbers that are popping up right now, because those are good numbers. trying to outdo. Oh, you could roll better than 13, assassin. Do it, but she's not. So that Blackbird will make 2 forward, and with that, her form now having fully changed. You, Alec, knowing the value of changing your form, you getting very close. She's going to try one last trick and point a hand at you to cast her very last spell. Go ahead and make a Constitution save.
Ooh, okay, con save. Let me get to my saves real quick. Oh, my saves are not... I'm not proficient in those, but we'll try. That's a 10.
Oh, man. All right. So she points back at you, and everything goes dark for a moment. And she starts getting ahead of you further, assumedly, but that is she's on the cusp of getting away. Is there something you would like to try to do to overcome this, or enhance your ability to perhaps whip the crowd into stopping her?
Well, I'm trying to think of the skills I have available. I don't have anything magically inclined. I don't have anything like that. I mean, I have... Is there any way I could possibly, I guess the only thing I can really think of is use my athletics to try and run faster, like, kind of dig deep into myself and run as fast as I can to try and get one final leap at her.
100% yes. With that, we are going to I'll let you choose. Either you are going to have disadvantage on it, or she is going to have advantage because you're blind. You choose.
I'm gonna say that I don't want to give her advantage because I'd rather take the disadvantage myself, because I only have a +2 in my athletics, so they can't be much disadvantageous than it already is.
Right on. All right.
Not gonna be great. Oh no, it's not gonna be great. Dang it, it's a 6. No.
And I only got it. Wait, no, hold on. She's trying to contest you with dexterity, and she actually has disadvantage on dexterity. So I rolled 2 totals of 10. So as you try to run ahead, you plow into a group of people, and she looks like she's about to try and duck down like a side street, perhaps. And Blackbird digging into their abilities is going to try and intimidate basically an open space through the crowd to close that distance. And getting the crowd, calling out and getting the crowd to split. Go ahead. Also, end of your turn. Other con save.
Oh yeah, sure. Let me get back to that. This is not gonna go well, but we'll try it.
Try.
Gotta believe. Gotta believe.
You got this.
Believe in the heart of the cards.
Exactly.
May the dice gods be ever in your favor.
That is a okay. That's actually a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Hell yeah. So as it comes around, the magic leaves your eyes, and Blackbird has opened up a hole in the crowd. There we go. One last. She's going to try to get herself down that side area and get out of sight. Now that you have your sight back, go ahead and contest it with a perception check, and this is going to determine whether or not she fully disappears.
Perception, okay. Not fantastic, but I will. I believe in the heart of the cards because that happened. That worked last time.
Indeed.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So, you
I have to believe.
get right up as she is essentially trying to duck into a crowd that is parting ways. Basically she looks like she's about to use her small stature for her own benefit and slide into like a side sewer grate that is way too small for you.
When she's about to, do I have a chance use a reaction to like throw a dart to try and pin her cloak?
Oh no, this is taking it to your turn where like she's going for it. She's not gotten away from you quite yet. But this is your last chance to stop her.
Awesome. I will, if I have the ability. I know it's a skill challenge, but like, am I able to go ahead and use a weapon?
100%, yeah. So with that,
awesome.
go ahead and make an attack roll. And because you're trying to basically do a grapple with a dart, let's make it an attack roll with strength. So you're still proficient at it, but your strength I think is lower than your dex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just rolled a straight up dart, but let me just see. So let me go to my strength. My strength should be, my strength is significantly lower than my dex, but just roll strength.
Roll the 6. Oh geez.
Because if I'm rolling with just strength,
so it's 6.
Then that's going to be a 7.
Yes, 6 plus 1. Plus proficiency. It's you throw and it catches the cloak, but it doesn't stab it into the ground. Blackbird having one more chance as well. Taking a cue from you, is going to try and throw out their lightning lure and try and loop around them and pull her back. She calls out those arcane words. Strength save. 18 is the magic number. Natural 1 is a magic number. Pulling her back and getting her right in between the two of you, puts her in a disadvantageous position one more time. So that basically is delaying her by a turn to try and get away. Now she's trying to get away from you and disengage and run. You can still have the possibility as she's going back for that sewer grate to catch her. What do you want to do?
Okay. I guess my best bet is just to go ahead and, I mean, I've already used my acrobatics previously. Am I able to use it a second time? Or is it one of those, like,
Yeah,
you
you
use
can.
it once you burn it?
You
Okay.
can.
Awesome. Well, I 100% will then. I'm going to go ahead and use my athletics to try and, my acrobatics, should say, to try and jump over this crowd and try and get the drop on her and, like, literally just try to, like, flip up over people.
Now you're in an alleyway where she's trying to slide into the sewer grate. There's now no more crowd. It is just you and Blackbird and her, and Blackbird just pulled her away from getting away just a second ago, giving you the opportunity to do something.
Okay. Then I will use my acrobatics to bounce off of the walls of the alleyway I'm in and try and use that momentum to speed myself up to grab her, because I don't have any monk stuff anymore. My step of the wind is not usable. I've used up all my key points. Otherwise, I would have used that.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to let's go ahead and make it because you're basically trying to like get up and grab her. Would be an athletics check to try and grapple and try and take her down. But she is going to be trying to oppose you at a disadvantage because Blackbird's still got that damn hex.
It's a natural one.
That is also a natural one.
What?
A total of 3. What was your total?
3?
3. All right. So I don't like ties. We're going to re-roll this for the sake of rocking and rolling. This time it's a total of 12 to beat.
8.
Oh,
why do the dice hate me?
right. Then one last attempt again for the lightning lure, for she can get away. Strength saving throw. Dirty 20. So Blackbird tries one more time to throw out the lightning whip and grab her, but she ducks under it and slides. She slides into this little hole, and it's not like she's like flipping all the bird or anything. She's barely. She knows that she almost got nabbed, and just like total fear as she like slides and turns, and just kind of like pulls in and drops into this drain. You hear a splash and a kind of like scoff of ugh, as she slid into a sewer drain, and there's splash. She's trotting away as hard and fast as she can.
100%. Alec is going to slide on over to that grate and just like, now obviously he can't get in, but he's going to bring his face to there, and he says, "Pour every ounce of your effort into running away and hiding, for I will find you and I will mount you on my wall."
Oof. Splashing away, she barely escapes.
Yeah, Alec's pissed.
Oh, back at the forge. Erdrin, how long do you put into smashing this skull into the burb?
I want the. How do I put this while still keeping us from getting demonetized on Twitch? I want different materials of each to become an amalgamation of one.
So you just don't stop. Can't stop the feeling. So, yeah, it just smashes over and over until it's a lot looser of an amalgamation of material hanging on to this grip of hair. Fisher looks horrified, but also a bit relieved as he kind of stumbles back and
Akira takes their tail and taps Eredrin on the shoulder to stop bashing these things together.
Yes, of course. I apologize. Are you okay, Fisher? Are you okay, Akira? Are y'all okay? I asked Akira telepathically, but I asked Fisher out loud.
Akira responds telepathically. You already know the response.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Brandor is stomping the hell out of the other bird because it pissed him off.
Eep. And Luca would be walking over toward Fisher, just taking a step closer and just... You all right, old man?
well, there's a reason I try and employ folk to help. Yeah, the warrior I used to be.
Well, your apprentices seem like they've got this all handled.
They do.
I am going to turn to the group at this point and say, well, I don't think we ever got proper introductions. I'm Eredrin. This is Akira. Go ahead.
I was saying Akira nods, but stands even closer behind Eredrin, almost like peeking over Eredrin's shoulder.
And if this person whose tuft of hair I now have, if they look familiar, they are what we would call Getseri back home, and they are awful creatures. Truly awful.
Right. Well, my name's Luca. Pleasure to properly meet you. Are you two all right?
I will be better once this threat is properly eliminated.
Luca would hear in his mind, "Damn fine."
Are you talking into my mind? Is that something I need to get used to?
I want to talk in Luca's mind as well. Yes, I would recommend getting used to it.
You're not like rummaging around up in there, are you?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. Okay. I'll keep that in mind, and you'll know, I guess.
And I would also like to turn to Brandor and say, pleasure to meet you, and you are...
This is kind of the first thing that gets Brandor's attention away from the destruction of the bird. And he looks up and he says Brandor, and he kind of kicks the remains of the bird away.
It's great to meet you, Brandor.
He's a bit short on words, that one.
Oh yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's not a bad thing. He's just a bit short on words.
No, yes, of course.
Well, so, Eredrin, I seen you swing a hammer for, I don't think I've ever seen you swing. You can tell he's a little taken aback by the end of what just happened.
Yes.
He hears in his mind, it was not our goal to alarm you, son.
It's not something I do lightly, for sure. But when it comes to a Githzerai, it is something I must handle.
All right. Well, not to break up the family moment here, but I'm gonna go check on the other two. They're not in yet.
And as you go to head out the door, the other seconds outside pass by relatively quickly, and you hear Blackbird kind of muttering under their breath. Could have had it. We could have had him, Alec.
Alec just kind of like very just grumpy to himself, kind of like fists clenched as he walks up, and he comes back into the main area where everybody else is, and he just kind of goes, he just like looks around everybody and goes, "Nobody else live?"
Not if we can help it.
You see the once and very former skull of a green-red skinned creature in Eredrin's hand.
Yeah, and he just kind of goes, "Short one got away."
What?
I said the short one got away.
I think it was more a word of exasperation, not a word of clarification. But great to meet you, though. I'm Eredrin. Where did the short one go?
Somewhere in the sewers. Unfortunately, couldn't find her. But we fought tooth and nail to get that person back here.
And I thank you for that.
Slippery. Just too slippery.
I blame myself, honestly. I wasn't at my best. I hate not being at my best. I hate losing.
But you didn't really lose. I mean, they just got away.
Yeah.
Better than me.
Anyway. And he looks over at his employer. What was his name? Fisher?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. He looks over at Fisher and he's like, "You gonna make it?"
You see him kind of gesture to the definite shiner on the eye inside of his cheek. Worse. Bad worse. Self-inflicted in his forge, actually. Yes. Be alright.
Ouch.
But before we get any further business, you two, and he points towards Luca and Brandor. We got a small matter of about 48 days of pay. I think I owe the lot of you. And 25 days of pay I owe, and he points towards Blackbird and Alec. And for those, 3 gold a day by 8. So he'd round that up to a nice level 145. For Luca and Brandor, you are paid your 145 gold pieces, and then for Alec and Blackbird, that's 25 days, 75 gold to the both of you for services rendered and the offload here. But he hands out the money and says, if you don't mind completion of the job, offloading over there.
Absolutely, no problem. You guys take care in here. I'll get started on that. And Luca will go begin
Nor will
carrying
follow.
things.
And
Yeah.
he gives a very knowing look towards Eredrin and Akira and kind of motions over towards the desk on the far side of the room.
I walk over to the desk.
Bucks, help the offload. And he kind of goes over and actually opens up the other door, making it much easier to go in and out over here.
Yeah, Alec's gonna help too.
And this, y'all come over. Fisher first off starts kind of dusting off the both of you, conjuring some of his magic forth. And come on, give me my boy. Thank you, D&D Beyond. We love you. But in dusting y'all off and bestowing at least a touch of heals for Erdrin, you look a little more healthy. So that is 8 health to you, and to Kira, that's 11 health to you. And just kind of making sure to help kind of clean you off a little bit too with his prestidigitative magics. And while he's doing that, he kind of interrupts every few seconds with quiet words. I'm not sure if they're entirely looking for you.
What do you mean?
You and yours, something that the Priory has been running is they've been beginning excursions down below. Liberation. Trying to find your people that you got away from. There's a figure on the lot that maybe perhaps you got away. Didn't eliminate the problem. You escaped it.
We did. Yes.
And Thahane has been pretty solid about trying to find the source.
Well, whatever they try, I'm not the same kid that they captured.
They've been finding pockets. Been finding people.
And I'm assuming they haven't been too kind to those people.
We've been kind. There's more of your kind. He points towards the solid door, big metal door right here. Both of you know is, well, it looks like it almost blends into the metal shelving next to it. A little less conspicuous. You two know it.
Mhm.
You know, his safe room for things. Points back, and I had somebody behind there was trying to get away from everything.
You had a gift behind that. A gift, Yankee.
Another gift brought up. Most recent.
Uh-huh. Have they left this place? Or are they still behind there?
Oh, I made sure they had plenty of food and, things to keep them occupied, but a little different. A little odd.
Would you mind if Akira and I were able to meet with them?
Of course, whatever you like. I was a thing. Elthahane was pretty wanted to keep a hush hush in from the both of you. At this point, he nods over towards the rest of the body of the intruder. I think a secret might be out.
Might be. We might have to relocate them.
She stepped up from over here. I think she knew. And there's this like sudden realization of shit. Fisher goes over to the door and just drags his hand down the side with a very particular kind of hand gesture that you would recognize as one of his many arcane lock deactivators, and then jams one of his many keys into the door, and he goes to open it. He looks in and pauses, then goes to pull the door shut.
Is everything okay?
I guess she might have been talking about you.
Wait. Are they not there? Can I move towards the door? Is it completely shut at this point?
He started to pull it too, but if you move towards the door fast enough, he was pulling it slowly. You could.
I don't want to like aggressively push past him, but I do want to move towards the door and see if I can see him.
He doesn't stop you. Like his hand stays on the door handle as he's pulling it shut, but like as soon as you go to push it, he just kind of lets it go and just kind of holds his mouth, and you go in. You can see that the fate that you levied upon the intruder was levied once before. As on the ground, right up against these barrels, is a body. Mostly grown. Head is just a few feet this way.
My first action is to say, Akira, don't come in here. And then, telepathically, of course. And then, do I recognize this person?
You don't.
Okay.
You recognize that they're old enough to have been probably very shortly to be useful in the trade with which we're subjected.
Mhm.
But looking at them, go ahead and make a perception or investigation check, your choice.
While
Actually,
while he's making that check, Akira's gonna mage hand the door to pull it back shut so no one else can see in.
1 second. D20. That'd be a 17.
As you're looking them over, one of the things that separates you from your twin brother is a birthmark along the side of his head that kind of looks almost like a pair of claws going down from behind the ear down the neck. And you see almost that exact same birthmark. This is most certainly not your brother.
What?
But you see that's almost that exact same mark.
I'm going to kneel down for the first time since this has started, removing my hat, and just silently cry for a little bit. Which it can probably be heard by Akira, in Akira's head at least, but silently cry and then just kind of ponder on things for a little bit.
Akira's pretty much gonna stand guard by that door, making sure no one else goes in it until Eredrin comes out.
Eredrin. Thought she'd be safe here.
I thought she would too. Oh, I thought no one could get in that room. Is I guess what I'm saying.
Me too.
I'll fucking pay for this. I'd fucking pay every single last one of them.
Were they anybody to you?
No, I don't know them, but they're. You remember my brother, right, Fisher? You remember Eric?
Love Eric.
Do you remember his birthmark?
I do, and as soon as you say it, he looks, and I do. That's very weird.
Definitely.
She kept her hair pulled just so. I've never noticed it before.
I need to speak to Eric. I need to see if he knows him. With the priority money.
Need a hitch over to Upper Duke, or gonna go talk to the bosses here in town?
What was that? The what in town?
Are you gonna need a ride for Upper Duke, or are you just gonna see what the bosses here in town can conjure?
I'm gonna start in town at the very least.
Right.
And
Once they get the cart offloaded, and take form and function.
thank you. And with that, I'm going to stand up to my full height, putting my hat back on, and walk out of the room, very deliberately not letting any of my face be shown because of the hat.
Kira's just gonna follow quickly behind you, wherever you go.
Sure. Just shuts the door and actually locks it, and the vibration of magical light kind of down the side of the door again, and politely kind of shaking his head no towards Akira. They kind of like, you really don't want to go in there sort of way.
Kira's just gonna make a sad face, and knowing that Eredrin is sad, I'm gonna.
But as the rest of you offloading and just kind of finding shelf space, of which there is plenty of, to get all of these things off of the cart. You all have a moment where the work is done, and especially with four of you and Toolbox, a fairly quick work of it all. Fisher steps forward and he waves for Toolbox and points towards the bits of intruder, and the larger stuff begins to be pulled together. Toolbox is kind of like grabbing whole body, whole hair with stuff attached to it, and just goes to move them off the side, and Fisher just kind of gestures to the group of you, and you have all been so handy last couple of weeks. Wonder, worried that this was not the only intruder in our city. This one already did a terrible thing. Kind of glances towards this wall over here. There might be more terrible things going afoot in Grimgaleer, maybe beyond. I don't know how much I should say. Eredrin people escaped, people like that. Looks like some of them might be coming into town looking for some sort of payback.
They will quickly get to meet whatever maker they subscribe to.
As we just saw that person right there, pretty sure on their feet, and he gestures towards the bruise on his face again. I wouldn't mind. At least hanging out for a few days before you scatter to the winds.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, you paid my debt, and well, I might as well stick around, make sure I can get some job security out of it, or so to speak.
I don't have any
Joe.
pressing obligations. I suppose I could be around. Are you asking us to stick around and go to the shop, or just stay in town in case you need us?
The two of they've got some errands to run, and I'd appreciate their ensured safety on these errands, if you don't mind.
So it's not your safety you're worried about, it's their safety you're worried about.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
Me and Toolbox are we're a pretty good team when we're our home turf.
Thank you, man.
As soon as y'all head out, I don't think I'm gonna leave these walls till I know things are a little safer.
Well, I don't mind. Like I said, I don't have any pressing obligations at the moment, and I can certainly stick around and help.
Yeah, pretty much same here.
Before stepping out the room, I'm going to lean over to Fisher and say, I'd like to give them a proper burial when I return. A proper gift burial.
Hey. Try and make sure the other one disappears.
Yes. Do whatever you need.
Got a forge over there. That's all you need knowing.
It's a mess. So, seems we have places to be.
Apparently so.
Akira nods.
Right. So, Arjun, where are you taking them?
You said so I couldn't really hear what you said the name of that person was in town, the local.
Eltahane.
I'm taking them to that person first.
Okay.
How is that name spelled, real quick?
Oh, right. Words. That is ELTAHAIN. Eltahane.
Oh my gosh, I actually got that right the first time. Yeah.
Nailed it. Well, much like it sounds. I'll go ahead and just
Fantasy names.
And as you all begin to head out, Blackbird has a moment where they go, "Damn it! I lost the connection." As their hex fades. But
I would like.
Go ahead.
I would like to turn to Blackbird and say, and I think you may be the only one I haven't properly gotten an introduction for. Arjun.
Oh, sorry, not used to giving it. I'm Blackbird.
It's great to meet you. Should you be joining us?
Oh yeah. I've still got a score to settle.
It should be known that Akira is trying to sneakily look at Luca's tail without attracting Luca's attention.
As y'all begin to mount up, you hear you hear Fisher, as he's shutting the doors, grabs a heavy broom and starts sweeping up mechanical bird pieces. And there's a little bit of a well, at least they're nice bits. I think I can do something with, and and kind of fades as y'all load up to head out. And as it is pulling up to 30 after the hour, let's go ahead and take a 15-minute break. Let's meet back at 45 after the hour. And
Okay.
let's try and kick it back off around that time. For those of you, the audience watching, thank you first off, and secondly, super excited that you're here. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks everyone watching.
Thank you very
We'll
much.
be back in a few.
We'll be back.
Good stuff.
Man, that was happy.
That chase, dude.
I guess I did normalize playing D&D while traveling.
Yeah.
That was I had to just tell the Lyft driver, like, hey, I don't get weirded out. I'm playing D&D.
By the way,
I could see like the scenery passing by.
Yeah, that was entertaining.
Tim, I found something.
Okay.
Something that somebody dropped.
Oh, I may have seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really quite pretty.
I like it. I like it a lot.
So when everyone gets back, we're gonna show off new and improved Luca.
Yeah, we've got a new icon for Luca, and it looks great. Honestly, it looks really good.
Nice.
Oh, was that done by
Especially-
by your contacts?
Yeah.
Nice.
The Valium in the chat, Jack.
Yeah, Jack.
I especially love the bloom that's on the magical effect that's circling around him. It looks really cool. Like this is cool.
Yeah. So there's a reason I go to Jack for certain art pieces. 'Cause
So is that your
There's
plan
a-
to go to him for all of our minis? For all of our tokens, I should say?
well, that was my intent initially. Also, I have to be careful about my budget because he's legit, and it's
I'll put on for it. How much?
it's $50 a pop. Not gonna lie.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can send $50 for some art.
I have to do it slowly but surely, but surely.
Well, I can tell you that like right now we're in the middle of our move and stuff. But when my next paycheck hits, I can either get you back through Patreon or I can send it to you, like, because I love this piece. I'm perfectly willing to pay some money for it. I'm not going to make you saddle the cost, okay?
Okay, I appreciate that. Thanks.
So
Yeah,
when
now
my next
I'll pay
paycheck
for the
comes
beer.
in, I'll get you back.
Yeah. And I'll definitely pay for an Akira piece. Not a problem.
I love that his style looks like the way that the colors, that almost looks like you're looking at it like shining through a stained glass window. Like that's the way his coloring style looks, and it's really cool. Like I love it.
Yeah. And the whole outer border and everything is just good.
It is really good. I like it a lot.
We just need a thin border around the outside. There we go. There we go. Because I don't want to waste the border that he put in. But
Right.
also with my token stent maker, it also, like, if you don't put a little extra border along the outsides, it just makes it a little white, and it's a little jarring. So
If you ever need, does it take a specific program to make a token, or do you need just like a PNG?
well, like I have the There's an online token stamp maker.
Yeah.
The roll advantage one everybody uses. But yeah, if you don't put at least a thin border around the outside, it leaves just that little tiny bit of white. But I fixed it. Like I almost color matched blue.
I was gonna say, if you ever need something cropped down to a token and you're having trouble with that program, I do have this is an iPad Pro with Procreate and Clip Studio Paint. Like I have access to some options for that. So like I make all the ones that we use when we're playing in like Owlbear Rodeo. Just needed it to be a circle with transparency on the outside. That looks really cool. It does look really cool. I didn't even do it justice because like here I am sitting here with my brightness turned like halfway down on my iPad. Like I had to turn the brightness up to really see all the blues and greens pop in the border. It's cool.
That's
it's really
beautiful.
cool. Here, you know what? I'll go ahead and I will put it into the Dice Soup chat.
Yeah. High res. This is my slightly toned down version.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put it into the Dice Soup chat. Let me just grab it real quick.
He hit me during the show, and
Oh yeah, like right at the beginning, I saw it come in. He sent it to me too.
He's like, I swear I thought I said this. Like, I don't. It's good, man. We're set. We're happy.
I'd like to take a look at it in a second.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and send that over to the Dice Soup chat in just a sec. Sorry, Discord usually lets me like move stuff around a lot easier, and this time it's making me jump through hoops. Soup chat doesn't appear in the normal places. This one has a white border around it, but it shouldn't be a problem. That way you guys can see it.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think it looks really cool. Like I said, I love that the coloring style, like it kind of looks like light shining through stained glass, like the way that it's colored. I like that a lot.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Very nice and vibrant.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Like it a lot.
Like it a lot.
Like it a lot. Indeed.
Make sure I am muted before I crunch into this.
I was gonna say, I think I've got enough time to like maybe go grab the sandwich that I have hiding. So, I've got a sandwich in the fridge. I can go eat. I'll be right back.
Love sandwiches.
Sandwiches. There's this song by the Detroit Grand Poobahs called Sandwiches, and it is easily either the best or worst thing I've ever heard, and I might link all of you to that horribleness later.
Alec is beyond frustrated with that base. Like, he was doing so good. Did you step on it? The thing I told you not to step on? Yeah, that's what I thought. In my closet doorway, there's like the trim for the carpet and everything. It has the spikes sticking up
Yeah.
still for some reason.
Yeah.
Spike strip for it.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I don't know why it's like that. But she's barefoot, and I'm like, hey, don't step on that. She goes, I'm fine. Comes back in, immediately steps on it. And I'm
It's
like,
something.
weird. It's almost like I told you that.
Almost like I warned you about that, but
It's something you learn very quickly to avoid. Like the trim between the carpet and the hardwoods in my room has been missing for about 7 years, so the spikes have been up for about 7 years. You learn very quickly to avoid that trim.
just step over the threshold.
Yes.
It takes like 1 or 2 times where you're like, never do that again because those hurt.
Yes.
Catch it in the
It
heel.
is almost as bad as stepping on a D4, which is almost as bad as stepping on a Lego.
No, D4 is worse.
I was gonna say I think a D4 is worse.
D4.
Oh
I
yeah,
think the
those
Lego's
are.
worse.
I don't know.
I think the Lego's worse.
I think just from childhood Legos, like my feet have been desensitized to them because I can walk across a bed of Legos and it's like, meh.
Well, I mean,
Metal
as,
D4,
when I was a
man,
child,
they will kill you.
Dude, a
Yeah,
metal
I
D4,
was
it's like a
actually-
caltrop.
I actually missed a day of work because I stepped on the metal D4 because it went into my foot.
Oh yeah, that leaves it real
Probably
nice
at the
and
hospital
sore.
Getting a dice removed from my foot.
What were you doing?
my only argument for Lego. My only argument for the Lego is that I was at my little cousin's house and I was walking over to their bathroom, and like he had just started playing with Legos, so there were Legos everywhere. You know,
You found like the one solo Lego out in the open, didn't you?
it was a 1x2 like square.
yeah.
You know the one. It was a 1x2, and it was dark, so I completely was not expecting it. So I'm just walking, and then my heel catches it, and before I can even think, my entire weight is on that foot, and I was like, I'm not traditionally that religious, but that day I believe I found some sort of deity.
It brought me down.
It was, well, it's just, you step on it and like everything went white for some reason. I don't know why. I saw a few dead relatives. And then my grandma came up to me and said, "It's not yet your time, child," and then sent me back down. It was the weirdest thing.
Everything
It's
changed.
definitely one of those situations. And when I realized what had happened, I couldn't even cuss because my cousin was like 5 or 6 at the time, so I couldn't even like yell out shit, fuck, whatever else I needed to yell out to get it out. Yeah, I couldn't do any of that because like I can't cuss in front of my cousin.
Couldn't give it the old shit,
I
fuck,
would.
damn it.
No, I'm sorry. Little cousin would have got a life lesson that day in curse words because I don't hold.
I don't hold
He
back.
would have a life lesson. I don't hold back. I don't hold back. It's why as I warn people who have children, I was like, I didn't have a filter with mine. I'm not gonna have a filter with yours.
You don't like it? Don't bring them around.
Yeah,
You know-
I'm not very filtery with my kids either. So it's one of those things where if my kid like grows up and starts using language, I'll be like, "Hey, let's stop that." But if they ever hurt themselves or something like that, then for sure, I'm like, "Let it fly."
Yeah.
Dude, we were sitting there playing Monster of the Week, and you were holding your son.
Yes, you were. And
This is true.
the only time, so like, my family's very bad about like, hey, don't cuss. So the only time I've ever been allowed to cuss, it also does relate to Legos. I just finished building this set. It was the Star Destroyer that Anakin is built into being Vader, right? So it was the Emperor's Star Destroyer. And it's 2,183 pieces. And it has 2 wings. And my 12-year-old self thought, let me carry it by the wings because that seems like good security. So I'm carrying it to show my mother because I'm so proud of myself. I walk in, and as soon as I cross the threshold to the living room, it's like a fucking spirit just came in and just fucking slapped it in the middle. It folded, the entire 2,183 pieces all went to the ground.
Oh no.
Yep. It's like
So
watching
sorry.
someone on one of those cake shows, like carrying the cake over from the thing to the table, and you're like, wait, no, not that way. Why'd you make it so lopsided?
It hurt my heart.
Yeah, that sounds rough. I'm sorry. Sounds rough.
Yeah, retroactively, I feel sorry for you. Like I wasn't even there, and I feel bad.
You can see it in my mind. It folding in, and I can just see your 12-year-old face crumbling along with those Legos.
The Legos weren't the only thing that broke that day.
So did my soul.
It was my spirit.
The spirit of a child was broken.
I used to work as a waiter at a Denny's like 30 minutes outside of Detroit, and I will always remember one of our girls was walking a tray full of milkshakes up to a table, and she tripped over something that one of the guests had left on the floor. I think it was like a strap on a backpack, and she caught herself on the edge of the table, like she caught herself with her hands, but the shakes, the tray that the shakes were on, hit the table, and all of them splashed out in different directions. And it was like a perfectly timed scene in a film. Every single one of them got a milkshake in the lap.
Oh wow!
She was so embarrassed though. Like I felt so bad for her. It'd be hard not to swear in a situation like that.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those where you pick up the tray, you clean up the mess, then you go to the back room and you just cry for a little bit, and then you get back to work. Because I was working a wedding and I was serving drinks at the wedding, and for this one it was weird. So at one part I was behind the bar, but at another part I was just walking around with cocktails. I was walking around and I tripped on a bridesmaid's dress.
Oh no.
And I get like 4 or 5 cocktails on a groomsman. So I pick all of them up, I clean it off, and then I would just walk to the back and I just sit down and everyone's just staring, and I just start crying in the corner of the room for about 5 minutes, and then the event manager is like, what the fuck is up with him? and they were like, give him a minute.
I'm surprised you even asked, because like somebody crying in the walk-in is a 30-minute occurrence, like at every restaurant I have ever worked at.
It is, yeah, but that event manager...
That's like all the time in the restaurant business.
Oh yeah, like there is always at least one server breaking down in the walk-in every 30 minutes, yes. or a cook trying not to kill someone.
I am coming in at the tail end of this conversation, but I can't agree. I worked at Olive Garden for 3 years. That's the meltdown room.
We're heading out that way right
now. Yeah. The reason she asked is because she like tried to run everything as tightly as possible, so she like wanted everyone like constantly having something to do and all, and I was like, ma'am, we are serving people, give us a minute to break down.
Yeah. It's not like the easy job that people think it is.
No, it's not.
And
so I have some good news.
Good news?
My manager is out of town, so I'm having to rely on a different manager. And this one actually does managing stuff, like, but I would call mine and tell her, hey, I need help because I don't want to work 20 hours. She'd be like, okay, well, let me know how that goes. And that was the help she'd give me.
So helpful.
And so now she's got one of her peers that is filling in for her while she's out of town. I called him this morning, and he made a post, like our company's communication method is a Facebook group. And he posted on there and tagged everyone he knew and found someone to cover a good portion of that, so I don't have to go until 8:30.
That's awesome.
I don't have to cancel my plans. I only have to work 12 and a half hours instead of 16.
12 and a half still sounds like a lot, but like it's definitely way better.
That's an improvement.
And for a year and a half, I've been working 12 hours 6 days a week, so that's really just a Tuesday for me.
Yeah.
I'm so much better.
I'm glad that they were able to actually do something, because that's a crappy situation.
Yeah.
Well, managers have just negotiated quite possibly one of the most nuisance-like things in the work field.
Yeah.
I think I'm speaking.
Yeah.
But I think we promised we'd be back at quarter till, and it's...
Or 3 past. Or right minutes past.
So, radio check. Let's go back to
1 2 1 2.
The powers that be, though.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Sean got Roe.
To be or not to be? I don't know.
That is certainly not the question. Beardy.
Gonorrhea burns.
I've heard.
Very true.
I already heard Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm here and I can talk and stuff and say words.
Ooh, love words. They're the best words. Teddy, how we doing?
It's either that or
I'm
you're a
here.
Vixen.
Oh no. I am here, so.
You are he as we are he, and we are all together, or something. I don't know.
Something along those
While
lines.
we're waiting for Jeremy, he sent me a Marco Polo earlier, and I want to see what he sent. So I'll just
Don't open it to trap. He's showing neck.
It's a tarp. I sent a Marco Polo like hours ago, but yeah, Teddy, give us the rundown.
Alrighty, I guess we'll be jumping back into it in 3, 2, 1, and good.
And we're back. Hi, everybody. It was a good break. I got some stuff figured out, and it's a good time.
I'm on a train.
Hi everyone, we're broke.
Indeed.
And if you call in to 1-800-327-9999, you can donate to this.
1-800 help a boy out.
Oh boy.
1-800 help a college student out.
1-800 donate soup, and you just
Donate to.
Eventually,
There you go.
that's
Donate
a goal. That's a goal. I like that.
1-800 donate soup.
Donate soup. So
please send more than soup.
I like
No, just soup. Just soup. Just soup.
Just getting soup.
Just soup. Just soup.
Now you're making me hungry. I already had breakfast. So when last we left off, the group was both assembling and dispersing, pulling everyone together, finding out more heads have rolled, and perhaps trying to investigate further into the issues at hand. You begin your travel, mounting up on the wagon with Form and Function, the horses, in the lead. You begin your run across town, and going through it becomes very apparent that this town gets nicer the further in you go. That first section, definitely the industrial quarter, the lower cost of living quarter, and then getting beyond that, right at the edge of that, where the city meets the wall of the mountain and begins to go in. There is a.
Did I hear that we went live while I was muted?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
This is a very exciting show, folks. Welcome.
Oh. Can you not hear me?
Try to contain your excitement.
Are you hearing Jeremy?
No.
Oh
no.
He can't hear you.
Oh no.
Oh, So I'm completely cutting off what actually is happening. I'm not hearing anything from Jeremy. I'll be back.
Let's take just a second and make sure that we got that fixed.
Yeah, sometimes we gotta fix things.
We
Is it
claim to be
important to
being
hear the DM?
We appreciate
Sometimes
your
it's important to
patience.
hear the
We are currently experiencing technical difficulties, and we'll be back with you shortly. Your patronage is very important to us.
The current calculated wait time for Splash Mountain is currently 2
What
hours
did
and
I miss
17
while I was just listening to elevator music?
Chelsea, you got me now?
I do.
Awesome.
Allah! All right, so what you missed, just kind of going, ran quick recap, and now heading back through Grimgaleer, or deeper into Grimgaleer for those of you who have not been here before. There is a stark difference between the entrance and the outer city, the city that is exposed to the sky, and the inner city. As you get through and get closer to the wall of the mountain, the overhang of what has been dug out, and hole that goes deeper in, there is another wall of the city that goes up about halfway up this hole in the mountainside, and crossing through. It's not like they're preventing people from going past, but at least currently, but it is a transition from the, not exactly slums, but the lower cost living area into the place where people who perhaps mine for a living and make bigger coin are just on the inside of that, taking a hard left towards the side of the mountain. Built into the wall of it, you see an archway that goes up and points right in the center. It's looking a little bit elvish, a bit dwarvish, kind of merging of the two, and these very large double stone doors, and integrated into the work of it is a circle that is split by the door, with some very particular design work on it for our Gith speakers. It translates into the left door being safety, and the right door being security. In the teachings of the Gith. Above it, in a much more understandable dwarvish, dwarvish in larger letters and common in smaller letters, is etched Priory of Scions.
The guy that did that. No, he actually lives like. Oh, really? Yeah, but his dad still lives.
Or we take the Priory of Sirens. Oh, did we lose him?
Oh, I'm here. That's
okay.
That is what you see as form and function are led to this place.
Yeah, I'm sure we take the road to Scion, the Priory of Sirens. I'm sure.
That is being led by Akira, being somewhat of an expert on this, on where this place is. You point and have them park the cart outside.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I most certainly do, and then I just jump off.
Alec is gonna, as he watches you jump off, he just kind of goes, "You don't talk much, do you?"
Akira looks over at you and just shakes their head. No.
Mm-hmm.
Aridin looks
Yeah.
by and says, I'll help out if you need to ask them anything.
No, that's fine.
Akira
Just-
Akira affirms that.
He's like, to each their own. That's fine with me. I just, making an observation.
If anyone did not catch it, this is my sister here. Yeah. I'm going to climb off the cart, much in the same way as who played Severus Snape?
Alan Rickman.
Much
Alan
in the
Rickman,
same way that Alan Rickman climbs off of the horse in that one Western movie that he's in.
You talking about Quigley Down Under?
Exactly.
That's
I think so.
that's a deep cut.
That's
a huge deep cut.
well, I was like,
Majorly
what,
deep cut.
what Western is Alan Rickman in? Oh, that. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. I'm going to climb off
Luca-
this.
Luca would kind of just sling one leg over and slide down off of the wagon and just kind of shift his loot so that it's sitting on his back instead of in front of him where he'd been kind of idly picking as they were traveling.
I know that Alec is gonna kind of look at you when you say, he's like, did you just say sibling? As in, like, relatives?
Yes.
And he just kind of gets really a confused look on his brow and just goes, all right.
With time, you may know. Yeah. I mean, Akira knows the priori of Scions a little bit better than me, so I'm kind of in stride slightly behind Akira.
Alec, the world is full of mysteries. Let us not endeavor to solve them all at once.
Fair enough. I mean, far be it for me to poke holes in anybody's stories, but just curious.
All right.
And as you guys see Akira make their way through the priory, like, you can just tell there's a lot of familiar steps, a lot of familiar, like the way they're walking, they're almost like parkouring down the hallway.
So, running in with a fair quickness, start passing by. You start into this place. The doors open, and there's this decently small antechamber with two people standing guard, one by each of these two doors, and seeing Akira leading, they both look at each other and then look at you, basically as you're leading a whole group of people in. There's an unasked question in the air.
I look at the people I'm passing by, and assuming I know some of them, Akira just speaks and says, "Yes."
And before letting you through, a one on the left asks, "Priory business? What other business?"
Akira tilts their head. Priory? But in the mind, of course.
When Akira first began speaking with them, Aridin does take his hat off and sit it on Akira's head.
Akira looks like playfully from under the huge hat
Aw.
and says Priory.
And as you say that, the one on the one straight ahead / on the right does a latch and steps aside, and as you are let in. There is a the door is heavy, creaks, lets you into another hallway. A stone on the wall, kind of glowing out and lighting at least this first part of the hallway. A bit of a white glow, and then around the corner more sconces of like ever-burning torchlight, bring you in and around. Going around the corner, there's a set of stairs that go down the right, and on the left, kind of see the area that's the rear side of that stone in the wall that's glowing with a bit of near sunlight. Not it's bright light that is quite like the outdoor sun. It's not quite as intense as sunlight. You come around, and there's a number of people tending this indoor garden, kind of being bathed on both sides by this light, and it smells very fresh, very good if you're into that sort of vegetation smell. And as you head down, it opens up the bottom of the stairs, and in this room, come on now, give it to us. This room opens up into a very large and ornately worked room, several doors on either side, but even more so, nice statues, greenery in pots around. And well, give us, I wish I could have traced these beforehand. There we go. And it opens up. There are a couple people wandering around in here. One of which, seeing the lot of you coming down the stairs, aloha. Are you okay?
I'm here.
Who? Okay, you're back. Okay. You head down the stairs, seeing Kira still looking a little beat up from the battle earlier, especially, but the person in this kind of red robe dress starts walking forward with a quickness around this kind of forge fireplace in the middle of the room, and there's a quick little blinking nod towards the other person, and they start walking back across the room and take take their leave through a doorway. And as the lot of you move in, we can go ahead and drop all y'all in this house. That was. And for now, Blackbird will be out with the horses because their player is not here.
So you said this red-dressed person left behind the door, right?
Oh, the other person that was in the room in a darker cloak, pardon themselves away, and the red cloaked one walks forward, very concerned by what they see. You would know this person as Sophie Tono, the Sentinel Master of the Priory. And she steps forward. There's there's concern, and even though Fisher gave you a little bit of a once over, there's still obvious signs.
Like my hat. Sorry.
Obvious signs of previous battle, and you okay? Are you both? Oh.
We're fine.
Kira nods in approval.
But we have some matters to handle.
What's happened?
We were at Fisher's, and while we were there, the Githzerai attacked our group, along with it was a Gnomish woman, right? A Gnomish woman and a Githzerai attacked us, and also killed the Githyanki that we were protecting.
You know about...
Look of surprise on Luca's face, because that's something that we did not know about until just now.
You aren't supposed to know about that yet.
Fortunately, we've kind of run across it. We're kind of in it now. If we could ask advice, help, speak to Eltahine, anyone.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Just let's head down below, and it sounds a little counterintuitive at first, as they say head down below, but then begin to walk back the way you came up the stairs. But she leads you fairly quickly up and around and back towards the front doors, and she double taps the door, and the latch on the outside slides, and the doors had to open. As Sophie Tono walks through, neither of the people standing guard ask her anything. She walks over and unlocks the other door and takes you down another very long hallway that goes down and curves around and around again, and another set of stairs, longer and more go down a much different direction. And as you are brought down there, you hear the sound of running water, and as you are brought into it, as you're brought down, a very nice set of fountains, sitting area. She leads you down further and further to a large room, lots of books and shelving, and there we are. Just the big reveal. Just give it the whole thing. An organ on the far side of the room. Several places to sit. Oh, I left them on another layer. That's why. Here we go. Sitting behind where this looks like it may have been an altar at one point, now desk. Seeing Sophie bringing the lot of you down this way. This gith behind the desk, sitting there, suddenly like snaps to attention. Also long dark black hair, but masculine, greener, a paler green face than the other gith that the rest of you recently met, and in a bit of kind of ornately studded black leather armor. Seeing a whole lot of people stepping into this area, closes a book that he's reading, stands up and, Sophie, what's the meaning of this? I only know 2 of those people.
Yeah.
She is back and just points.
It's not filled with this. It's like wreck. I've had to go through
Found one of our assets. Of the new ones. One at Fisher's. And his whole like slightly defensive demeanor, like his shoulders slump just a little bit. Oh.
Altahan, a lot to discuss here. I say that in Gith.
And he steps forward and comes around the way.
Sorry for the Discord issues.
His hands on your shoulders. You hear the very quiet, very direct, "So sorry."
As am I.
Are they speaking out loud in a language that we do not know? Is that what's happening?
The first one was a language that you didn't understand. The second one was quiet.
Okay.
and then back out loud. The physicality of it translates very easily of comfort and sadness.
Yeah.
Then pulling back into the outer world, the more present. He looks beyond towards Asidius. Welcome to. And he looks towards Akira, interrupting his voice for a second, and says, "Do they know of our real mission?"
This thing is like kind of.
Akira?
I know Sean said he was having some trouble with Discord.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Then I'll pass it over to Eredrin. They know of our real mission?
They only know that the one at Fisher's is dead.
Welcome to
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Priory.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Scions. Who can hear?
I thought I heard Sean asking if we could hear him. Sorry.
You probably did. I just didn't hear it, so I just reconnected.
Gotcha.
I heard that.
We may have to venture into something besides Discord for future use.
We might. Sometimes it gets a little hinky. Welcome to the Priory of Scions. I am Eltahane. I helped bring a load of my and Eredrin's people from deep below Exandria. We came to the surface better part of a decade ago and have made a life for ourselves. Strategic alliances that help us improve ourselves and pass our knowledge on to others. Person that...
Do we go everyone again?
I'm sorry? What was that?
I was making sure I could hear everything. It was kind of sketchy for a second.
Okay.
Yep, I'm good.
Now.
I'm good.
A lot clearer now.
Yeah, much clearer. Yeah.
Nice. But the person that we had stashed at Fisher's seems that the gift that had us taken have begun business again.
Why? Why now?
What do you mean by taken? Had you taken?
I jump in at this point and say, well, earlier, our friend here was wondering how Akira and I are siblings. It's because we were captured. Me as a child and Akira as an egg. We were captured by the Githzerai and brought up to the surface to be used as a cheap labor people. We spent years imprisoned by that awful people. But we made it out. We made it out. We're not turning back.
Dungeon Master, is this like a common practice in the Dwendalian Empire, or?
It is not.
It is not. Okay, interesting. Luca would look pensive, just kind of taking that in. But he does pass a sweeping glance over both Eredin and Akira, just kind of like taking in their image for just a moment, and then just nods and lets them continue.
How many? I turned to Eltahan. How many were brought up most recently?
We're only able to recover 4.
Where are the other 3?
Other safe houses. And as he says that, there's that momentary like look back and forth of that kind of insecurity, and then you see him begin to trace a glyph in the air, using his left hand, a copper ring around one of his left fingers, just kind of flashing as he does. And 3 times in a row, you see him just wave his hand, and out loud he says, "Get the asset out! Get the asset out now!" And without delaying.
Can I make an Arcana check to determine what he just did?
You can, most certainly.
Absolutely. Looks like I got a total of an 18.
The glyph that he drew was evocation, and you could tell by the way of it that it was evoking a sending spell.
Oh, okay.
And he does all 3 of them in very quick succession, and then you can tell that he's like staring off in the way of like hearing something that maybe nobody else is hearing, and as he patches basically a response, one of them, and then almost like he's looking around for a response from the other 2, his eyes get large, and he just like there's this moment where he like swings his hand through the air violently, and one of the books on the table just leaps and flies across the room and slams into the wall.
Akira mage hands that book to the shelf.
Eredin gets very close to Eltahan and looks him in the eyes and says, "Where's the 3rd one?"
We lost. I'm assuming all of the safe houses. Where they were. Only one of our people responded back.
What did they say?
Griffin. Griffin says that he got in from running and went to find his charge, and he's dead. Neither of the other two responded.
If they want servants, why are they killing them?
These ones that we found weren't like us. We're different.
The Berkman?
There you go. They were different. They had powers that we never had.
So,
Stronger than we were. Psionic energy was second nature to them.
Is that shown through that birthmark? Because if so, my brother is in danger.
You notice the mark. Yes, we need to get... Eric just began operations. Hopper Duke.
Yeah. Well, I'm finding him and I'm protecting him.
I shall go with you.
I don't know how long these people have been here. Sophie, do we have any? And she speaks up immediately and just... There was no intelligence that we knew of. Sorry, Al. He turns back, and the only thing to do is to try and beat whoever might be on their way. Eric. You have transportation?
We have form and function.
Our courses are better than none.
Like we're on our way.
You all, I
Kira is
recognize
really gonna look confused.
any of you. He steps forward first towards Brandor and
Brandor has been just kind of silently watching all of this with one hand on his sword hilt, and he gives like a nod of his head, and he just says, "I'm Brandor."
Greetings.
And Alec just kind of will nod his head too. He's like, "You can call me Alec."
Indeed.
And I'm Luca. Nice to meet you.
Luca.
Can you...
does a once over on you, Luca, and you see. Go ahead and make a. I'll have me an insight check.
Insight. Is it active or passive?
Just yeah, roll active.
Okay. I didn't roll great. Actually rolled lower than my passive.
Oh, right on.
11 total, sorry.
He does a once over on you, and you don't see it at first, but then he says out loud, "Good to see a friendly smile from time to time."
And at that, Luca would offer us like a small bow and grin, just slightly.
Akira is once again staring.
You know what they say? Oppression will wait around for you to blink.
Indeed.
Once again, Akira is very taken by
I'm going
Luca's
to try
tale.
and see if we can find what happened.
Even though there's gravity in this situation, can I make an insight to try to catch Akira staring at my tail?
Is this the Dragonborn equivalent of staring at someone's ass, or?
No, it's just kind of like a general
Sean's
curiosity.
speaking again, and I'm not hearing him.
I am speaking. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Sana.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, no, it was on my end and not on yours.
Okay.
I love the sudden drop, just like you. And they're just
Son of a.
No, it's not not looking at the like in a objectifying way, just looking in a Dragonborn really.
Like a curiosity or fascination. That's why I'm just wondering if Luca finally notices it.
But
Tickets.
yeah, I mean, you can see it's. I don't think that it's entirely subtle.
It's not.
Well,
It's not.
I mean, you do have the hat on right now.
I do have right. I have that.
The all-powerful hat.
It is a very wide hat, and Akira's head nodding down and back up, probably even less subtle now.
You might say that it's brimming with ways to hide your expression.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Akira is definitely just casually staring. Well, not casual. It's not casual, but it's definitely staring. It's you know, and rattling off lots of questions in Eredrim's mind. Like, what do you think he is?
When Luca stands back up from his bow, he's kind
Is
of
he like me?
When Luca stands back up from his bow, he's kind of going to interlace his fingers and just not so obviously, kind of subtly, just kind of turn the ring that he's wearing so that the face of the ring is facing inside. Since it seems to have already done its job at this point, it doesn't need to be on display.
And Eltahane just had nods and well, is Fisher okay?
He's a little bit beat up, but he survived.
All right, Sophie, maintain here. I'm going to go and see to. I'm going to see to some cleanup.
Can you ensure that they get a proper death burial? All of them.
We will send them onto the sea as best as we can where we find ourselves.
That's all it is. And can you let Eric know that we're on our way?
I will. I'll make sure that he knows to be careful.
Thank you.
As he says that, he turns to do it like immediately. As he starts to head for the stairs, and you just see him again with the glyph in the air, saying, "Eric, you're in danger. Hide. Your brother's on his way." And he just begins like double time, stepping very quickly, getting up and out.
I turn to everyone and I say, well, if it's all the same to y'all, it seems if y'all would love to join, if y'all would be willing to join, we're needed in Hupperdook.
I'm always down for learning
I think I'm still here.
and defending.
Yeah, there we go.
We can hear you.
Yeah, Discord does not like me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Alec kind of just looks and he's like, well, might as well go along and see how the rest of this goes.
Luca would just grin and kind of nod his head towards you.
I turn to Luca and in his head say, this would be quite a story to sing about. You can't leave it unfinished.
Oh, it's not about the glory. It's about the game.
Sure.
Which would be a very strange out loud interjection since nothing was spoken out loud to Luca.
I love this telepathy. I love it. I love it.
Well, I suppose that whatever danger he's not in, or whatever danger he's in, it's certainly not waiting on our account. We'd probably better get going then.
I agree. I start walking up the stairs.
Sophie,
Akira pulls out a needle, a little needle patchwork kit, and begins takes Erigen's hats off and begins sewing sewing a hole that's in the hat.
As you'll go to step away, Sophie calls out towards Akira and Eredrin. Step in the shadow. Step in the shadows. Be safe.
Step in the shadow. All telepathic from Akira.
Eredrin just nods much like he would nod with a hat, and he reaches up to grab the brim, but it's not there. So he just nods like this, basically.
Indeed.
But he owns it with confidence.
Akira giggles in Erigen's head, like, I have your hat.
I noticed.
As you head back up and away, the way is familiar and easy.
The way is shut.
The way is shut. As you head back up and out, I just realized that I didn't have y'all down in the proper map. My bad. Literally maneuvering things around and didn't have you down there. But here you go. Before I take it all away again.
Oh no, the world went away. Reality is bending.
The day the whole world DMCA'd. So as you all mount up to head out, on the way out of town. Some of you have a little more gold than others. Can be especially handy if you're gearing up to take a ride. You have any
shopping?
Do you have any quick shopping to do before heading out?
I do. If that's okay.
Of course.
Can nobody hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I hear you.
Just making sure, because that tends to happen. I want to get a med kit, because healing is not something Brandor can do, but would like to be able to help out in a pinch, and some just honing stones to sharpen the sword.
Easy enough to do. Healer's kit. Go ahead and rock its cost in the PHB, and as many of them as feels reasonable to you. They're cheap and easy to produce.
And then I'll make sure I have a supply of cooking spices, salt, and some rations that won't go bad for the trip. And I'll get more than is needed for me, so that there will be enough to go around.
Same general principle.
Honestly, I think Luca is probably gonna tag along with Brandor, because Brandor is actually the one of the group that Luca's known the longest. So I think Luca's just gonna tag along with Brandor and kind of do the same. We got paid a little bit more than everybody else did. We've got a little bit more to go with. So, yeah, I'll also be picking up mostly just some rations and maybe some firewood to take with us so that we don't have to hunt around for it on the journey. And I'd like to see if I can find a map that we can follow and some information on like inns and taverns that might be along the way.
All right. Go ahead and have you. It'll be investigation, but via charisma. So, are you proficient in investigation?
I actually, yes, I am.
So go ahead and roll a proficient charisma check then in place of just base charisma or base investigation.
Well, I rolled a 2, so it's a total of an 8.
Total of an 8.
Sometimes the dice roll you.
Oh yeah. It's hard to get a hold of inns and stuff, and I'll even say you traveled this, or at least most of the way, or I guess you traveled via Blade Garden and the Rock Guard garrison, kind of along the mountains there to get up to Grimgaleer. And so going towards Hupperduke, it is a different direction altogether. And while you can find a map, which, oh yeah, I actually brought you to the map side. While you do find a map that only costs you 5 silver to get a hold of. It's a fairly detailed map of the Empire, at least detailed enough that the big spots are known. But at least between Blade Garden and Rock Guard, and between Rock Guard and Grimgaleer, where there's several days worth of travel. Most of the stops were out on the road and camping.
Gotcha.
How far are we from?
Go ahead.
How far are we from where Akira and Erigen live at this moment? Like at this juncture of the map?
Essentially, we're heading back into the front area. Honestly, back into where the where the shop is, and so pretty close.
I think I just like here and there and stop and get the provisions for the road.
Yeah, whatever you'll want to pick up as far as rations go, if there's like base level equipment that has prices. I trust y'all to do your own accounting. As far as that goes, with the map that you acquire, realize it's about 180 miles between Grimgalir and Hupperduke. Most of it paved. It crosses through an area known as the Crispvale Thicket. There we go. Brings you over towards Duke. Also realizing how many of these names are actually on the GM layer and not on the map layer. But make sure to at least highlight some of the places where y'all have or would have been. There we go. So you would know what they are.
All right.
Can I swing by and grab all my artisanal and my thieves' tools from Fishers, and also pull out a very decorative silver chain, very ornate, and before leaving, turn to Fisher and say, I don't know if you've seen the Gith burial, but Eltahine will be handling them. Make sure he uses this chain with your charge.
Yes, of course. As you wish. He takes it like two-handed, very respectfully, and clasps it. By the time you get back there, you can tell that Eltahane's been there because like everything's like way organized already, like a tarp is already kind of rolled up. The one body that still remains, you smell the not entirely pleasant smell of a burning body or the pieces thereof, as well. But the forge's opening is currently shut and it's lit. There's one body wrapped in the tarp.
So the body is still in the tarp in the room right now?
Yes.
I'm going to kneel down beside it, say some respectful words in Gith, and my long ponytail-like hair, I'm going to reach back and draw a knife and cut it short and then walk out.
Kira's gonna gasp, like a huge gasp.
That would be the first time cutting my hair since escaping the prison.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Akira goes into Erigen's head. Are you sure?
Of course.
Soon as Alec gets a chance, he's gonna go to Fish, and he's gonna just Hey, Fisher. Question. I know you probably work with a lot of precious stones and stuff like that. But you do any just straight up regular smith work?
Oh, do lots of regular smith work. Whole reason I got all this lumber was the handles for blades and maces and things that people want that good fancy hard wood. What you looking for?
Perfect. Oh, well, I was just asking because I wanted to make sure my job wasn't going to be too simple for you, not waste your time. I got a question. And he just takes all the darts he has in his possession, and he just puts them like on the counter, and he goes, "Can you silver these for me?"
Plus, you need them.
Well, as soon as you can give them to me, I'm fine, but no rush. I mean, before we leave, I just want to make sure we can, get everything. I just want to be prepared for anything that might come my way.
Am I in here when this occurs?
Yeah, he basically out in the materials bay. Close enough. They're just having conversation.
I would like to telepathically to both of them offer and say, if you need them silvered, I could also help with that.
Oh yeah. And are y'all gonna head out today, or are you gonna keep one night here in Grim Golaith?
I think one night stay will be fine.
Well, if you're gonna stay overnight, you're willing to a little extra on this. Call it an advance on keeping my apprentices safe. Yeah.
Well, it's much appreciated. I had another question for you though. There's a certain type of weapon I've been curious about carrying. You have any skill in making kunais?
The short, stubby fighting blades?
Well, yeah, more specifically attached to a chain.
Okay, you're wanting to. What's it? It's rope dart?
Well, yeah, but I want something more durable than a rope.
His ears perk up at this entire conversation.
While they're having this conversation, you see Akira grab very monk weapons from like places around and just kind of like do like basic like kind of movements with them, like the short sword, quarterstaff, nunchucks, like almost like showing off everything Fisher has made.
If you're looking for form over or function over form, I get some good steel together, make a thin chain out of it. Those birds they had some mithril parts in them. Yeah, might be even quieter for you. Hopefully, maybe.
Well, whatever you think is best, and especially, I'm not expecting everything to be for free and for an advance, as you put it.
Wouldn't be able
to put down some money to help you out.
Wouldn't be able to do that one overnight. That one would take a little bit to do. But,
oh no, I suspect that too. Yeah.
How long are you wanting it to be?
At least good 10 feet.
Might be able to do that. Yeah, give me a bit. Do your thing over the barrack, and the time you can get yourself back here, we might be able to have something for you.
Yeah, like I
if
said,
you want to start on,
you don't have to worry about making everything in advance. I'd be more than happy to put some money down if it helps.
Not totally sure how much that might cost, because honestly, this is the first time I've ever had anybody ask about a chain worth swinging. I've had people want a chain just in case, like, they drop their weapon or something, be able to get back to their hand real fast. But never actually had someone want to just swing the chain around, so I've got to do some work, got to do some tests. I'm not sure how much it'll cost yet.
I like making all my weapons multi-useful. So.
Indeed.
Is Fisher okay with Akira pulling these monk weapons down?
Oh yeah, I mean, like each one you bring down and kind of swing around. He's like, he just kind of points. He's like, I mean, I do work, that's for sure. And I mean, I can't take all the credit for all of these. I've been working with these two. In fact, these are pretty handy when it comes to some work. Akira here is a wizard for glass blowing, and Eredrin's been a little more hands-on with a couple other things. Don't be afraid to see what you can do. He's real good with silverworks, especially.
The specialty of the peoples.
Akira pulls out their short sword that Eredrin made. Shows an example of Eredrin.
Sorry, I thought it would. Sorry.
And then puts it back.
Very, very nice, obvious quality of work. Fisher turning to Eredrin says, "You take the night. I'll worry about those darts. It's a quick dip."
Fisher, I want to help with the darts at the very least.
Right. Well,
Akira runs over to a table and grabs a measuring tape and kind of walks slowly up to everyone and like points to their ring finger and then points to the tape. And then in your mind says, "May I?"
To me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. With that, he just kind of like, I think this is the first time you've actually spoken to him in his mind. But he just kind of looks around for a second, looks at you, and he goes like, "Oh, that makes more sense. Okay, yeah, sure."
What did you think I was joking?
Akira,
what if they did that?
Akira takes your finger measurement and then points to the glass, and they're hinting that they're going to make glass rain for everybody.
All right, works for me.
Eredrin, from one of his pockets in his jacket, pulls out a silver bar that is standardly worth 1 gold piece, walks over to the forge and drops it in so it can begin melting so he can start the silvering process.
all right. Then the both of you, if you would like to take the rest of the day for doing a little crafting, for Kira, you could roll proficient dexterity and roll 3 of those to encompass the work day, and then for Eredrin, could use dexterity too, because this is less about strength and more about carefulness. Proficient dexterity for smith tools.
Oh crap! I should be rolling this in. I instantly rolled it on D&D Beyond. Sorry about that.
Ooh. I wish that was a better roll, but that's what it is.
So you said Dex plus proficiency. 20. That's my proficiency is 3. There we go. I think this is the correct roll. Did anything come up?
Yeah, it popped up. So, I was 3 total, by the way.
Yep. 8, 7, 17.
The 8 makes it a 14, so 14, 7, and 17. All right, and
14, 7, that's all.
Urgent, roll 2 more times.
2 more times? Very well.
And it's proficient. It's proficient dexterity, so it's actually a 12 instead of a 10.
No. That's with proficiency. I have a +1 dex.
Oh, you have +1 dex. Okay, got it.
Oh
shit!
Then my dex and proficiency is a little bit higher. It should have been a +7, not a +6.
Okay.
One of them turned out well.
So with that, it's a your mind kind of is here and there on the focus, and you get all of the darts dipped in silver, but you only get 4 of them sharpened before you're kind of at the end of your your working endurance.
Yeah, I tell Alec I will sharpen the rest of them on the road. I guarantee it.
It's fine with me. Yeah, I'm in no rush as long as I got something to throw.
You have 4 that are sharp, and what is it? 6 other ones that are a little dull right now. As far as the glass rings, how many were you trying to do? Were you trying to do as many as you could before leaving?
Yeah, as many as I could before leaving.
Okay.
Oh, don't forget a ring for Blackbird as well.
Oh yeah, and a ring for Blackbird as well.
Indeed. In which case, so that would have been well, I'm
so it should have been 15.
Have you roll 2 separate I'm gonna have you roll 2 separate D6s.
Oh, let me take that plus out of there. Sorry, there's no bonus here, and roll.
All right,
and there you go.
So for that, the one that you were working on for Blackbird and the one you were working on for Roe, both in the process of making them and them cooling off, you make a rookie mistake and leave the glass to cool on a cold metal surface, and these 2 rings shatter. Straight up, just the temperature differential just wrecks them. But you are able to do the ones for Alec and Luca, Brandor. No problems.
I immediately go into comforting older sibling mode, basically. When I see that happen, I'm immediately like, it's okay, it's fine.
Yeah, Akira will make a sad face, but smile at Eredrin and just kind of bounce off to at least give the other 3 rings to the people who That's who they're made for.
And
telling Eredrin how nervous they are for this trip.
You got this. You, of all people, got this. I know you can handle yourself because I've seen you do it before. And besides, I'm not letting anything happen to you.
Akira just shoots back. Akira says, I know, and I'll make sure nothing happens to you.
Thank you. But they'll have to kill me many times over to mess with you.
And I go give everyone the ring.
So, how long would it have taken them to do all this work in the shop? And I suppose, what kind of timeline are we looking at?
We're staying a night.
Yeah, they would have worked into the evening, kind of with the morning stuff. Y'all pulled in the earlier part of the day, like pre-noon, and then kind of everything that happened earlier would have taken you into about afternoon, maybe 1 o'clock, and then basically they worked into the evening and the sun going down.
All right, so I have a couple of quick questions then.
Yes.
So while they're working, I do need to figure out about approximately how long we think the travel is going to take us, just so that I know how many rations I needed to buy.
Sure. So
there was 180 miles, was it?
180 miles. So,
yeah, 180. Okay.
180 miles. At a regular traveling pace, as long as there's not too many distractions, it'd probably take the better part of a week.
All right, so I'll make sure that I had enough for that. And while they are working on their various projects, Luke is going to do what he does best, which is to find some local establishment where I can just play some music. Because that's not just the bard trope, but it's what I do, and I'd like to go try to do that while they're working.
I'll quickly go on.
Are you Sorry, go ahead.
I have offered lodging at Akira and I's place for the rest of y'all for the night.
To that, Alec would kind of just like look and go, "You don't live with Fisher, I'm assuming?"
No, we stay nearby.
Oh.
It was my sibling and I's house for a while. My siblings and I's house.
Got it. Okay. Well, I mean, I'll probably take you up on that myself. I got nowhere to stay right now, but with that, and because after he really didn't have much anything else he needed to shop for. He just wanted to get those weaponry done. He's like, I'm gonna go ahead and let you work on crafts and like that. I'm gonna adjourn myself, but I will catch you before we leave, I guess.
Is anybody else going to follow with Luca to go and do carousing and/or?
Is this after I finish the ring?
It's while y'all are working.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, actually, as on second thought, yeah, hearing that Luca's gonna go do stuff, he's like, well, I got paid, might as well go enjoy myself, and so he'll join Luca wherever he's going, and probably have some beverages into the night.
It's a good tavern down.
Ndar, what are you wanting to do with yourself?
Chelsea had to go. Something came up. There was a message in the chat, so.
Okay, thank you for that, because I did not notice that. So
you're welcome. I keep the chat up just in case.
I had noticed that her bubble had gone. I was like, Chelsea's not here. What's going on?
I need more screens.
Yeah, she didn't want to disrupt roleplay, so we're good to go. She left some notes on what Brandor's doing.
All that. All right. So with that, then, with our pair of migrating adventurers, Luca, go ahead and as part of your night, you head off and lead to a place that seems like, just from the outside, it has a slightly nicer facade, slightly nicer tables than some of the other taverns that you pass, and it has a sign kind of stapled into the side of the building that just has an eye that has the kind of long slit of an eyeball, or of an iris, and it has a cat's eye club written around it. And as you go in, there is a behind the bar, it becomes very clear for whom this club is named. A very large, pale-furred.
I'm gonna get real choppy.
Large, pale-furred lion folk is there. Looks all of the hair around the head is kind of braided and twirled together in this just mane of braids, and seeing you walk in with what instrument do you have kind of showing, basically?
Luca, he keeps his lute strapped across his back, so his lute is always showing.
Okay. And walking in with a lute on your back, he immediately kind of perks up, because it looks like he's got a couple of regulars just at the bar, and it's early in the evening, and so some of the regular crowd are in, and it's kind of just eyes you and waits as you step forward and says, "Pardon me, gentlemen. Hey, it's good. Welcome to the Cat's Eye."
Thank you very much.
Pleasure to be here.
Looks a bit quiet in here right now, doesn't it?
Oh, and he kind of looks over towards a stage area off to your right. Well, it's early yet.
Yes.
You make noise? You're drinking? Both.
He's making noise. I'm drinking.
Love it.
Sounds about right.
And with that, Alec is gonna take at least one gold, just slap it on the counter, and he's like, "I don't know how long this is gonna last me, but we'll start a tab."
He slides it back. He slides it back and kind of drops it into this apron that's kind of just a little bit below the side of the bar on him. How hard are you starting?
Oh, we don't start hard, we finish hard. You know,
Oh.
just go ahead and just give me
May
a
I,
ale.
may I quickly jump in and say, if you want, I had to make an entire D&D themed cocktail, wine, and beer list one time. If you want that list, I can send it in chat real quick.
Sure.
Yes, please.
You should.
I want that list. I want that
I
list.
definitely.
Money.
I want that
right
list.
there.
He's gonna order 2 ales to start off with, and when he brings them out, he's just gonna offer one to Luca and say, "Yeah."
Oh, thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
There's
Probably
the
should
there's the
be,
list of drinks.
Probably should be you buying the rounds. You got paid double what I did.
And
I'll get you back later, I promise.
they're all based on dice numbers. So if you're going for ales, I think you can roll either a d20 or a d12 if you don't know which one to choose.
Nice. Right away, this first one that he just taps a keg, just two-handing the cups, fills them both up, and as you take your first drink, there's that effervescence of alcohol, but then like a kind of almost oddly like sweetened mushroom taste.
Huh.
And,
Well, that's odd.
and like you said, the light stuff. Well,
I mean, it's not bad necessarily. It's just caught me off guard.
didn't think you wanted to burn the whole gold in one go.
Oh no, for sure.
Well, we're having a little bit of a fight actually with our normal musician. Thought he could try and wrench more money out of us just by trying to cancel last minute. All this bluff. I was planning on it being a little quiet tonight. What's your day rate, Mr.
What was that? I'm sorry?
What's your day rate, Mr.
Luca. You can call me Luca, and tell you what. I'll play your song right here. If you like it, I'll play for tips.
All right, well, you can call me Modest.
Alright then. Do you have a favorite song?
Oh, I'm in the habit of making my artists do what I want them to do. Give me your favorite song.
So, Luca would sit down on one of the bar stools right there, turn his lute around, and he would play probably a Dwendalian folk song, something that's popular in the area. Maybe a little risky, something kind of interesting and fun. Nothing too crazy.
Johnny,
Though.
be good.
Right. All right. Go ahead and rock
full
a
Back to the
performance
Future.
check.
Here's really hoping that I don't like screw this roll up. Oh, I definitely did not.
There it goes. All right. So as you just swing it around and just start popping it off, are you playing one of those songs, or are you playing just a more random song?
Something. Actually, that's an interesting. Let's see.
Playing the Wellerman.
No, probably playing the Mollymock.
All right. So
So just kind of sidles in with the lute and just Mollymock bears tattoos and rings, and oh what a joyous song he sings. Like this, something pretty simple.
Awesome.
rolling through the Mollymock, you can tell that Modest is totally into it and just like actually paying attention, and like somebody tries to order a drink and he puts his hand out and he's like, just lets you keep going. And as you finish the second chorus, you see him just going into the next verse. He just pulls a single coin out and just kind of thumbs it down onto the bar in front of you, and then waits for you to finish before saying, Well, if you're playing for tips, you might as well start your tip jar off.
All right,
And,
thank you very much.
Looking down, it is a platinum.
Holy shit!
Coin.
Okay.
And it's like, all right,
Good day's work, sir.
and put yourself up over there, and already, like, as you finish, like 3 people actually come in off the street while you're playing, and like they enjoy, and the 4 people that were at the bar already clap, and then the 3 people come in when you finish are also clapping, and they come in and start kind of and they start ordering drinks, and you get set up for the night. Go ahead and roll. We'll keep this skill challenge going. 2 more performance checks.
2 more. Okay, I really hope I don't screw these up. All right, that's still a solid.
Dice gods be in my favor.
Dice gods are in my favor.
Nice, baby.
It's a good. Everything's coming up, Luca.
And once we get towards a part of the night where there's more people in there, then I will choose to play Drink Deep, Little Hummingbird.
All right.
Which shouldn't gather too much attention, but to the people, if you know, you know.
Yeah. And as people actually really do start coming in and really enjoying the cut of your music, and I'm gonna
Tell you
go
what.
down the line here.
Will justify the lowering performance as I have more drinks.
What I'm gonna do is Alec is gonna finish off his drink, whatever, and he's gonna have some, like, get a little, maybe get to the point where he's like not quite tipsy, but he's gonna dip outside. He is going to go into like an alleyway or something, somewhere secluded, change, and he's going to change into another persona, someone who is kind of slender and very dashing hairline and very like clean shaven face, defined jawline, and things of that nature, and somebody who's very like people seem to be drawn to. This is his persona of Samuel Silvertongue is what he calls himself, and he's gonna go right back onto the street, and he's gonna start barking. He's gonna start doing like drumming up business for the song, and he's gonna try and draw in a bigger crowd.
All right. With that, go ahead and make a persuasion check, and
Sure.
with that persuasion check, you might actually end up giving him advantage on those the last 2 performance checks.
Are you kidding me? I watched it roll. I watched it go all over, and then just passed a 19, a natural 20, and a 17, all the way to a natural 1. Like, it just... I put so much effort into that.
So it's not a case of being any detriment to the appeal, but you are definitely calling out, and it seems that some people are coming in, and you're not sure whether or not I'll say you're sure it's because you're barking, but they seem like they're intent on going in, maybe whether or not you said to, but it does pull, and actually with that, with you just doing that is going to re-roll one of the tip dice. I'll re-roll the lowest of them. Hey, that's something better. So yeah. With that, you find dropped into your loot case,
Loot Crate?
Loot Crate, sponsored. But
Sponsor us, Loot Crate, please.
indeed, for 4 gold, 5 electrum pieces and 7 silvers. There are no coppers. Everybody who tipped felt like big you at least a drink.
Oh, cool. Could you tell me how many coppers that was again? Or no, you said there were no coppers. Never mind. They were just electrum.
Yeah,
Sweet.
no coppers. 7 silvers, 5 electrum, and 4 golds.
Sweet.
And as your night is closing, you noticed actually Eltahane come into the Cat's Eye and orders a drink, and sitting at the side of the bar as you are playing Hummingbird. And he kind of sits on the edge of the bar closest to where the stage is, and claps along, and looking at you, looks like he catches, he catches your eye. As soon as you're focused, he closes his eyes. You hear he's not been in town quite a while. You needing to pass anything on?
And with that, I would play one of the normal standard songs, which is, I'll go ahead and I'll send that to you on the side.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. But as you complete your performance, we'll go ahead and round off tonight's session with you all being able to get your long rest, being able to Samuel, do you how into your cups do you go?
He'll use up that gold at least, just to make sure, because that'd be quite a few drinks, and so he's gonna have a fun night.
Okay, go ahead and make a con save as well.
Sure. Give me just 1 second to pull that up. Con save. He is not great at these. Why do I keep choosing to do stuff that? Well, the other one wasn't a choice. This one is my choice. That's a lot better. That's a natural 18 plus 1.
Right on. So you don't drink yourself stupid for sure, but
definitely tipsy, definitely drunk, but just not stupid.
Yeah. Definitely enjoyed yourself, and no consequences for the next day, as you two are able to get back to Akira and Eredrin's. Eredrin and Akira, the both of you are invited as your crafting day ends to a funereal service, and they very similar to the idea of the burning a body that Fisher did for the intruder. This is a lot more ceremonial. This is outside of the city, down the path a ways out in an open field. And in addition to the four bodies known, there are three others that are a part of this pyre, and as they are set ablaze, there is first a song in Gith sung, and then sung by Altahane. Then the Sophie Tono does a song in Elvish, and Calypso, the backseat, sings one in Draconic, and kind of sending on each of those that were slain, and in a language that they would know. And you're able to finish your night, invite the others back to your home. Not a large place, but definitely a place that is warm from the night's cold and protected from the night's wind. And you're all able to get your long rest, and we will start back the next day and the first day of travel this week.
All right.
Alrighty.
Showing up as always for those that had to dip out early or were not able to be present. Sorry that you weren't here. We love you. Please come back at your earliest convenience. Hopefully next week things are a little calmer for the both of you. Until next time, please remember, kindness is free. Keep going.